Hey everybody, it's LinkGamer12. Welcome back to Let's Play Minecraft. As you can see, I've done a few modifications. I'm using a new texture pack, and I'll show that to you after we finish with this. Also, I finished building that little mining shack I was mentioning before. Now I have a nice little cozy spot so I can easily access a new mine that I am actually building instead of running through. Reason why I'm saying that is because this is a bit more difficult than just going out and finding a random cave, apparently. So I'm doing something called strip mining. And strip mining is very simple, takes a lot of work, and you end up with a lot of minerals afterwards. But pretty much, you just take a spot, and you choose one of a few different methods. In this one, I'm using a method called two-stroke, where I dig in a 2x2 block into an area, skip a block, and then dig in again. This allows me to cut through an area, cut through a large group, and if I come across something that's on the side of the wall, I can cut through that, and it wouldn't bother the other side. Over here, same thing. Now, there is another one called two-stroke, where you skip 2 spots. And that one is very useful because what happens is when you dig in, you're only worried about the one spot next to you because you can take care of what's ever on the other side from the next slot. Now, the way this really works is that all you're doing is you're cutting in, and if there's anything on the side or on the ground, like here, well, you're only cutting into that one level below you. You don't cut any further than that. Reason being is because once you get as far as you want to go for your strip mine, you dig down another level equal to the one you did before, and you dig up for anything above you. That way, you're not digging into your ceiling. Now, there is a catch to this, though. The catch is that if you dig in and you cut through something, and there's still another block underneath you, once you dig that block out when you go down to the next level, you actually have to rebuild it if it's in your floor. This is one of those examples. If I'm going up to the next level and I find something up there, like if I had something up there, then I would have to replace it. A good example of that would be, let's see, here. Because when I was digging through here, I found some gravel that kept falling and falling. If this has gravel that goes up past this point, then that means that I'm going to have to put down some cobblestone or something to keep the wall up. Other than that, that's really all we're working on. Then there's called mine manipulation. That one is building a 3x3 block that continues on. And that one is literally imitating the way you'll find an actual mine shaft in the game. Because a mine shaft in the game will be 3x3 with every few sections having a set of wooden gates holding it up like old-fashioned tires or... Okay, hang on. I'll get the word right. Give me a second. An old-fashioned timber. And that's that. Now, let's see. Outside, you've got enough going on. You can tell where I am because this is the waterfall I put down earlier in a video. But that's that. And I haven't really found much out of that. Just a bunch of cobblestone and quartz and a bunch of andesite and all other stuff. This is that little mine I was talking about before. So this is my new shack. And there's my home way over there. So not too far from home, but not close enough to actually reach it if I ever got here in the middle of the night. Trust me, I know, because I had to fight a ton of monsters right outside here when I was coming out of the mine in the middle of the night. Excuse me. Alright, another thing I did, I put down a bridge to get across here because there's a river that runs up and it kind of makes you take the long way around to get there. It's not complete yet, but for the most part it does its job. I have enough cobblestone stuff to like continue it, but I'm not going to go and grab it out of the bat. Next thing, I made a few more modifications to my house as well as my home in general. I had so much quartz and cobblestone after building that shack that I ended up figuring out that I can make it smooth by putting it into a 2x2 pattern and building a 4 block. So I modified my garden a bit. Yeah, this is called smooth or polished stone. So I've got polished anodite, polished quartz, polished diaterite. And I used a simple checkered pattern for it. Also, I had so much cobblestone after that that I kind of built a sort of road with a bunch of other stuff, and yeah, I went crazy. I actually put in a new level to my house, as you can see. I'll show that off to you guys when we go inside. And I put up a fence. Also, as you can see, I did some terraforming as well. So I kind of leveled out the earth in my area, made it nice and straight, put up a shack over this cave so that it's more obvious now. See? Much more obvious. Walk right in and see, yep, there's a cave down there. And I also kind of covered up that little area back down below to make my underground lake a little bit more, like, nice and not out of the way. Finished the bridge over there too, by the way, and kind of cut out the water over here so it's much more level. So there, got this nice big lake over here, got that bridge over there, and yeah, this bridge is what I want to finish doing to the other one, put a nice fence across it when it's done. I think I'm going to just move some of that cobblestone so that I can just have the fence instead. Yeah. So this is kind of expanding my territory, I guess. And when I'm finished with it, I'm going to have a pretty big little field of motion that I wouldn't really have to worry about because the only thing that could spawn it would be the monsters in the shadow area around me. So there's that. Another thing is I started to strip mine in here as well, as you can see. And this one uses the 1x2 method, where I dig one straight line, skip 2 spots, and then dig again. It's the same method as doing the 2x2, it's just I'm using one aisle instead of a 2x2 aisle. As you can see, it has its works. All I had to do is dig over, and hey, I found something. Hey, there's something underneath it too. And I dig out a little block. Alright, so I got a bunch of coal out of doing that. I also have this little spot down here so I can keep just excess stuff that I find or just bring with me. And that's that. So these will continue on, for the most part, until we end up to the end of the road. And when that happens, well, I'll just have to end it off on that. Reason being is because I don't know how far I'll go before I start hitting water. So I'd rather not. And now to show off the house, I ended up deciding to shear the sheep a ton of times, and I decided, you know what, let's make the house look even nicer on the inside. So on top of refurbishing it and taking out the above cave lake, I replaced it with another room that I'm still not really done with. But I put down a carpet in the main room. Nice little design, I guess. And I put down a checkered floor in the base room, which kind of nice. Put up some oak wood floors, doors to the foxholes, so if anything ever followed me in before I put down a box, all I had to do was open the door and shut it again. This is how you get up to the second floor. Yeah, you gotta go down to go up. Alright, so put down a gray carpet here. Not too bad. Put down a black and red theme in here. And this is what I ended up with. Now, what I'm going to end up doing for this is I'm going to put down some furniture. And the way to make furniture in the game is pretty simple. You've got a few things you can do. The easiest would be the table and chair setup, which is really just using a bunch of wooden items. And a more difficult one is building a sofa. Sofa isn't really difficult, it's just, it takes a bit. of work. I think I'll put an easy chair here. Sure, look. Bleh, sorry. So you can look out the window if you wanted to. But for the most part, this is really what I've ended up with. If I ever got some mods working on this, I could throw in something special, which is modded furniture. In order to do that, I could build it myself, or I could spawn it, but I can't really spawn it because I don't really have a command line system running. It shows up in the bottom there, but this is not a cheat activated game. So I can't spawn anything. I can talk, but I can't spawn. If I open this up to a server, someone could have cheats activated on their guest profile, but that's about it. And that's really a tour of the house. So in this video, I guess I'm going to do a bit of fishing later on. Show off some of the stuff I found when we were fishing earlier. And I just saw a spider spawn. Sweet. Free string. Alright. And once we finish doing that, I guess we'll just do a bit more work. House is looking pretty nice. I can gather a few bits and pieces, but for the most part, it doesn't really need any help. Oh, I almost forgot. I actually did something that's kind of important. When I was out doing that strip mine, I found a gaggle of chicken. So I got a couple of them over to my house, and now I have a chicken section in my ditch farm, which is excellent because now I can get eggs, and eggs are really useful for certain things, mainly pies. I can finally make pumpkin pie now. But there's the chickadees right down there. I've got 4 of them so far. So, yeah, there's that. I need to put up another ladder, make things easier. Alright, 2 eggs, and I got 2 sets of seeds, so yeah, let's use that so we can end up with a 5th chicken. Get more eggs. There we go. And they spawn a little baby right off the bat. Don't even have to wait for an egg. Another way that you can end up with chickens is you can toss eggs until one pops out. The problem with that is most of the eggs you toss are dead eggs. Very few of them are considered fertile eggs and will actually produce chicken when you throw it. But they do make great ammo, because they actually do damage to things that they hit. Other than that, that's really all that's happened. So, let's see what happens when we do some fishing. Organize my boxes a bit. This one has nothing but food stocks in it and ingredients. This one has nothing but materials. And, that's in the wrong spot. There. Take that back. There. Okay. And enchanted tools. So my fishing rod's about dead. I guess I'll just use this one up. Then I found an unbreaking one with a lure in it, which makes it less likely to break as fast as a regular one. And it also adds in lure. Sorry, I keep yawning. This is an early morning for me. Lure allows you to catch more fish, much more easily and more quickly. The thing is that it also reduces your chances of finding items. Unbreaking, which is very useful, and then of course luck of the sea. Unbreaking again, and luck of the sea. Luck of the sea allows you to find treasures more often than junk. It also reduces your chance of finding fish. So if you can do it, I think you can actually even that out, and ultimately you're reducing the amount of time it takes to catch something if you have them both on. while still having the normal percentage of catching either. But I've yet to be able to find anything that actually allows you to do that. I was able to find a few other things. Oh great, a blowfish. Ugh. Like I said before, blowfish are useless right now. Until I get a brewing stand and some sort of cauldron or something to start doing some witch work, I can't do a thing with a blowfish. Blowfish, if you have it, and you have something else, I don't remember what the ingredients are, but it allows you to get the water-breathing potion. But, yeah, it's not like I can really use it right now. Clownfish, I looked them up, they have no use. You can't cook them. I don't know why they're in the game, but apparently they are. And they only give you one food, one hunger, and I have cooked mutton and steak and all sorts of stuff that I can just do this, and I can get 3 to 4 hearts out of those things. You really think I'm going to waste my time going out and eating a fish so many times when I could do that and end up with 3 or 4 times the amount of food regardless? No, I'm not going to do that. Alright. So, I'm catching a few things at the very least. It's not that bad. One thing to note. Fish is the most basic form that you can find in here. It's just a generic bluegill. Then you have salmon, which is a little bit better. You end up with salmon steak when you cook it, just like in Skyrim, or cooked salmon in this game. Another blowfish. Joy. And it gives you, I think, 1 more hunger than a regular fish. Alright, so we actually are getting a few things. Another thing, this game is kind of funny. Now that I have this new texture pack on it, it's called a Realistic. I forget what the creator's name on it was, but I can show that to you after we finish. And it's really good. I mean, the water looks nice, the equipment looks really nice, the graphics are much more updated, the grass looks really cool. The stones are a bit darker, more medieval. Everything's just, all in all, it's just better detail. I like it. Granted, it makes the fishing rod look kind of glitchy, but yeah, that's fine. If you've got any advice for a better texture pack or something like that, let me know. If you know how to get any mod system or patcher to work on a Macintosh computer, let me know, because my iMac really apparently doesn't like trying to use MC Patcher. Every time I've tried downloading it, it's never been able to find it in order to actually complete the download. So I've got like 3 MC Patchers in my freaking trash can because I kept moving them in the Finder to the folder they're supposed to be in, and they still didn't work. So if you've got any advice for that, let me know. Other than that, we're not really doing much. I also found out something that kind of sucks. If you hook a creature with your fishing rod, it's like utility dies fast. For instance, I just hooked myself the octopus, and I can follow the octopus easily. The issue is, the octopus took a giant chunk out of my fishing rod when I yank it back. So this thing really only has like 1 use in it now. Maybe 2. Which, again, that sucks. Huh, I guess it did have more than 1. Sun's coming down fast. I like what they did with this, though. They really smoothed out the sun and moon, and the stars, too. Everything's much more rounded in the, like, distance feature. which is awesome because that basically means they took the render distance of pixels and they put that into effect so that it actually smoothed out everything. So the constellations are really, really good looking now. Alright, I think that's enough fishing for one day. I had a few extra smooth items, so I kind of used them to finish off this wall. Also, if you noticed, I really expanded the ditch mine. And I'm still trying to expand the tree farms so that they stretch out a bit more and I can put more trees in at one time. Because I've got a bunch of saplings that I really don't have a use for. And I've noticed birch trees don't drop as many saplings. So I need to get more birch trees out there so I can actually use them. That's why I'm trying to expand this section over here. It's going to go out to about that far. Then, if I end up with a little bit more dirt, I'll stretch it out over this little lake over here. Really give it some finishing touch. Don't think that'll work too well though, because I only have that much room left on this side anyway. Other than that, really all I've done so far. But that's the progress. I need to get back to my house before skeletons and all sorts of other BS show up. One thing that should be noted is if you have more than one bed, then the last bed you slept in will be the one you respawn in once you die. Just a bit of information. This is something that I always thought was funny. Out of all the stuff that I actually have technology. My furnace turned into an actual stove oven. But when the mod comes out, that actually changes. The reason why I said is because there's a mod for furniture that actually allows you to put in a stove oven, which has basically a crafting table in it with a results box on the other side, just like a regular crafting table. And you can put multiple food items down and allows you to create different things. It also has you use things like cookware. So if you have a frying pan, you have to build a frying pan. And once you have a frying pan built, you can make fried eggs by taking an egg and putting it next to the frying pan on the stove table. So yeah, it's kind of interesting, I guess. Alright, you know what? I think I'll use stone fencing for this. Yeah. Problem is, I still have to expand it a bit. Okay. I can remove this. And put the stone fencing here. And over there on the same point. But for the most part, this is actually where it's supposed to be. Where it stretches one out front. So, yeah. I'm just gonna fix that up. There. That should do it. Yeah, that should do it. And then over here is the same thing. So I can put down for this spot over here, like that. But the rest of this has to connect over there too. So I'm going to need a bit more cobblestone to finish that off, and I'll get plenty of cobblestone while mining. That's no issue. But that's the bridge. Not really much progress in this video considering what we've been through, but I guess I'll do a montage video at one point if I can figure out how to do one. I've already figured out a few things. If you notice my Merry Christmas video, I figured out how to do this now. you guys get to see what my avatar really looks like besides looking at him from the equipment page. Yeah, I've changed him up a bit. Like, I changed out his shirt. I gave him more of a better look, in my opinion. It's basically I modified someone's Legend of Zelda skin that they developed into my own design. And I got the idea from watching someone doing their Let's Plays and their role plays and all that. I think I just gave away who it is. If you know who he is, put it down in the comments. Other than that, I really haven't been doing much. That's about it, actually. So, I guess for the rest of this video, I guess this could be the end of the video, unless it's only been like 15 minutes or so. I forgot to put on my... Oh, that's going to be a constant for me, I guess. Forgetting to put on the... Excuse me, sheep. Forgetting to put on the timer, so I know how long I've been running the video. Oh well. I need to move that ladder. Either move the ladder or put in a second one. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to put in a second ladder on the sheep side. Make it easier. But put in the comments what you want me to do next, because I've really done a lot so far, but I really haven't done what I'm supposed to be doing. I've really been goofing off. That's what I've been doing. I'm going to find some more iron so I can finish off a few things. I need to build an anvil. That's what I want to do. And I actually want to do an experiment while we're still running this video. Let's see, how much string do I have? Right. Okay, here we go. 10 string. Alright, I think I did figure out how to build a lead. The problem is, I'm not quite sure. And I guess I didn't. Oh well. It'd be nice if I could figure out how to build a lead. I mean, I could look it up on the wiki, but maybe you have to find it. Oh well. It's really all I can do at this point. There. I think I ate all my fish. Nope, there they are. That's the cooked fish. Fish and chips, mate. Tell ya. That was a horrible British accent. I am so sorry. Alright. So, that's really all we've got left to do today. I think we're done. So, yeah, in the next video, we're going to see what we can do about, I don't know, that strip mine that I'm building across the river over there. I'm going to see if I can actually find some more stuff in it, because I've already dug out the outer wall of it. So digging into the depths of that mountain is going to be the next step. So I've actually looked at my inventory. I'm down to one chest full of pickaxes and swords, which is excellent because I moved some of them over to the chests in the shack. And that basically means that I'm actually using everything the way I should. I'm no longer like surplus with everything. And we'll see where we go from there, because I really want to be able to find some more iron so I can finish off this, put some greaves down here, and get a few iron objects. Like, I have one iron pickaxe, but I feel like I need more. I have one iron sword, which I think I found. No, I built it. And I want to see if I can find some more enchanted items while fishing, because treasures are very important in this game. Like, that fire protection that I found, I want to be able to put that enchanted book on an actual object that's really good. And I want to be able to dig into the depths, get through some sitting lava, and find some diamond and redstone. Because once I get that, then the game can really progress in the direction we want it to. Because right now we're going 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. So, put down in the comments what you want me to do next, because obviously I do a lot of visual things whenever I'm not doing a video. And when I come back after all the screen time that I missed, that's a lot of stuff that we had to go over before the video actually got started. Well, that's pretty much it. So, I guess we're done. See you guys next time. This is Link Gamer 12, signing out.